In the last few weeks, I've been using a new powerful tool for AI automations called n8n. If you have heard of automation platforms like Make or Zapier, this is like those but on steroid. In this video series, I'm going to show you the automations I've built and that I'm using every single day for my business and for my personal life. So if you don't want to miss any future videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Today, I'm excited to show you an automation that allows you to ask questions about uploaded documents. This workflow uses OpenAI and integrates with a Pinecone knowledge base. So once you add document, you can ask questions directly within n8n, making information retrieval super easy. If you would like to see how to incorporate this feature into your own website, Instagram, WhatsApp, or Telegram chatbots, let me know in the comment and I will make a video about that topic. Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Donna and I've been deep into the world of AI for over 3 years. In that time, I've helped businesses streamline their processes with automation and AI solutions, including things like voice agents and custom workflows. If you're interested in exploring how AI can work for your business, you can book a free discovery call using the link in the description. Before we dive into building this automation, I want to mention that I've been recently starting a school community. It's completely free to join and it's the perfect place to ask questions, connect and participate in live Q&A sessions. The link is also in the description. Alright, let's dive into n8n and build this automation. And this is a template that I took from the community. So if you go here to n8n.io/workflows, you can see a bunch of templates right there, and you can type here, for example, OpenAI, and then you will see all of the different OpenAI templates that you can directly import into your own workflows. And for this one, it was chat with PDF docs using AI, quoting sources, published 6 months ago by David Roberts. So this is the one that I've been using by simply click here on use workflow, and then I can directly import it into my self-hosted instance, but you can also copy it and then paste it directly inside your own workspace. So let's see what it does and let's see the different components of it. The first part up there is the ingestion of documents. So it will allow me to add documents into the vector database, so into the knowledge of the assistant. And the second part is about asking questions. So I've already started the first part before, so I already ingested that specific document. So now I can just jump on the second part. And for this trial, I decided to use this document right here from Archive website, which is a research paper about AI. And I can directly ask a question like, for example, what is multi-programming language ensemble? So I can say, what is NPLE, and see what it answers. So now I can click on chat right here and I can say, what is MPLE, and see what it answers. And as you can see, it knows exactly what MPLE is. And here it says MPLE is a multi-programming language ensemble framework designed to enhance code generation in large language models. Here we can see the question and we can see what is the helpful answers and how it was structured and how it was prompted. And the first part is to fetch the files from the Google Drive, split it into chunks and insert it into the vector database. So right here I have my connection to Google Drive where I have my file that is updated. So here I have the ID of the file. So if I click here, I will directly open this one here. And here I have download file. So this is like downloading the file. And the part here is to adding metadata. So it adds the metadata into the output. And then the third part here is to add that into the vector store. So if let's say I click again on test workflow, just to see what's going on. So here it's like downloading the file. Here it's adding the metadata. So here we can see the file on the left. And here we can see the output as well, where I have my file. And now here I can see the different metadata for that specific file when it adds that file into the vector database. And this is the page content, so this is the content of the PDF that gets automatically added. And now if I look at here, the embeddings of OpenAI, I can see that here I'm using text embeddings 3 small. So here I created a connection with OpenAI. So in order to do that, you need to click here, click on create new credential like this. And then here it asks for your API key. So you can directly create an API key here on platform.openai.com. and paste that API key right there so that it will connect with your account. And then you can directly create these embeddings. So as we can see here, we have the embeddings. And then the step after that is to create here a default data loader to load the data directly there, and then creating a recursive character text splitter to have the chunk size and the chunk overlap. So this is like how it splits your document into different chunks. In my case, it doesn't really make sense because I have only one file, but when you have thousands of files, this is like when you want to have that chunk size and chunk overlap, because then you will only use the file that are useful for you instead of using all of the file in the prompt. And in order to add this Pinecone connection, you also need to create connection right here. So you will have to add your API key. And the way you can get that API key is by going to the Pinecone website. So here you will go on pinecone.io, and on the left you will select API keys, and you will be able to create another API key there. And you can take that API key and directly paste it right there. The next step is to create a vector database. So to create that vector database, you need to go as well on pinecone.io, and you will need to directly go on create a new index. So this is like directly here. So you can click here on create index, and here you will put the name of the index. So for example, here it was question answers. So let's say question answers 2. Then you will select here the same model for the embeddings that you selected before. So in this case, text embeddings 3 small. So I can directly click on this and then set configuration. Then here at the bottom, I will choose AWS. And then you will be able to select the region of your embedding. This doesn't really matter much, just for speed, but it's not that different anyway. And then you can click here on create index, and then your index is going to be created. And then once you go here on Pinecone index from list, you will be able to see all of the different Pinecone index and vector database that you created. And that's it for the first part. So now what I can do is I can go right here into chat, and I can type something like, what is MPLE, for example, and here I can see MPLE is a novel multi-programming language ensemble framework for code generation in large language models, which leverages the strength of multiple programming language and so on. And here I can see the different chunks that were used to answer the question. Now let's see how this is actually working. So the first thing is like the chat triggers. So this is getting triggered every time there is someone that posts a message in the chat. So in this chat right there, you can change that to connect it to an API or to like Telegram chatbot or Instagram and WhatsApp and so on. But in this example, it's just a chat trigger to make it simple. The first step right here is to define how many chunks we want to return for each query. Here we say we want to return 4 chunks. The next step is to return the most relevant chunks. So here you can see that this chunk is like with this score, and we can see that they are like the page content and the size of the chunk. You can see exactly what content we have in there. The next step after that is to prepare the chunk. So this is about concatenating all of the different chunks into one single variable, into context. And then we can add that variable directly inside the prompt. So here we say, using the following pieces of content to answer the question at the end. If you don't know the answer, just say that you don't know. Don't try to make up an answer. Important in your response, also include the indexes of the chunks you use to generate the answer. And here you add the context, which is all of these chunks right there. And then you add the question. So this is like directly the chat input of the user. And then you say helpful answer, and you're waiting for the answer to arrive from the LLM. And you need to connect it to 2 different things. The first one is an OpenAI chat model. So in this case, here write GPT-4o mini, and then a structured output parser, where here you will say exactly how you want the answer to be, so that you can use it in further steps. And then the next 2 steps allows you to generate the response. So here you can generate the text based on the answer and have something that makes sense and that is formatted correctly. And that's it. So now I can upload all of my files at the top right here manually, or I can add some different automation to automatically grab all of the files inside that folder. And the next step is to have this one here where I can directly chat with my files. This workflow is really powerful because it allows you to chat with your documents and ask questions in real time. Plus, you can export it as an API to use on a website, or even integrate it with Instagram, WhatsApp, or Telegram chatbot. If you would like me to make a video on how to do exactly that, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. you can book a free discovery call. Damn it.